Hey y'all, Andrew here. Before the video starts, I just kind of wanted to give a brief sort of disclaimer. When I talk about Red Mars in this video, I mix up the trilogy, the other books in the trilogy. So I think I say it's like Red Mars, Blue Mars, Green Mars. It's actually Red Mars, Green Mars, and Blue Mars. So just for correction's sake, uh, yeah, that's how the trilogy properly goes. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoy, and I'll see y'all later. Bye. Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary folks watching this, and welcome to the Library Carr. So this video is going to be very interesting. This is my first time doing a booktube a booktube classic, rather. This is a book haul video. Yeah. I've This is my first book haul, so, well, at least filmed. So I've got a few good books. Hopefully we can sort of discuss them and have some fun along the way. So yeah. So for the first book, which I have stacked over here off screen, I need to do something about this light because it looks like some sort of divine presence is in my room. I promise you it's not. It's just my lamp. Anyway, enough of that. The first book, Stephen King's The Dark Half. I've heard good things about this one. This is one I think is tied to the Dark Tower. Just sort of to give a synopsis of it, just in case people don't know, in case. Thad Beaumont would like to say he is innocent. He'd like to say he has nothing to do with the series of monstrous murders that keep coming closer to his home. He'd like to say he has nothing to do with the twisted imagination that produced his best-selling novels. He'd like to say he has nothing to do with the voice on the phone uttering its obscene threats and demanding total surrender. But how can Thad disown the ultimate embodiment of evil that goes by the name he gave it and signs its crimes with Thad's bloody fingerprints? I've heard this one's actually pretty good. Yeah. So I think this also is one that's set in Castle Rock. So alongside books like Dead Zone, Cujo, Needful Things, that kind of affair. So yeah. The next book in our book haul is one that's really funny because as of recording this video, which should come out today, hopefully, maybe, sorta, I was actually doing research on this author and this book series last night. So I think it's really funny that today I go out and I actually find a book by this author. And it is Red Mars by Kim Stanley Robinson. From what I understand, this is part of a trilogy, so I think it's Red Mars, is it Blue Mars and then Green Mars? It's some sort of, it's kind of like that. It's a trilogy called the Mars Trilogy, and it's about the colonization of Mars. So I've heard a lot of good things about this. I've heard a lot of good things about Kim Stanley Robinson. I might read some of the backs of these. Probably not, because this one it's kind of lengthy. But yeah, I'm excited to sort of check out this book and see where it goes. I think it'll be a lot of fun. So this next one is one I may have heard of. I saw the trans flag colors on it, and I was like, "Ooh, what's this?" I vaguely remember it, but I'm not quite sure. It's excuse me, The Art of Being Normal by Lisa Williamson. I don't know about this book. I'm excited to read it. It's my main thing though. I haven't heard of it, or I vaguely remember hearing about it. Um, I'm not quite sure. If you have read it, and if you have read it, and you like it or you don't, is it good? Is it anyway? Um, because I've heard kind of mixed-ish things on the internet, but yeah, it's about a trans man and a trans woman, sort of in school. I think that's it's a YA book. I am excited to check it out. Again, I just don't really know much about it, or I only vaguely know it from the title. So that one's going to be one that's really interesting to go through. The last four are all by the same author, Christopher Moore, which I've heard very good things about. Um, so the first book that I picked up from Mr. Moore is Lamb, or The Gospel According to Biff, Christ's Childhood Pal. This one is pretty good. I heard this one's actually very, very good. It's sort of about, well, Biff, who is Christ's childhood friend. And sort of, I guess, going over, I guess we could go over the back here, and I kind of feel like I didn't really go over the art of being normal. Anyway, the birth of Jesus has been well chronicled, as have his glorious teachings, acts, and divine sacrifice after his 30th birthday. But no one knows about the early life of the Son of God, the missing years, except Biff, the Messiah's best bud, who has been resurrected to tell the story in this divinely hilarious yet heartfelt work reminiscent of Vonnegut and Douglas Adams. Which, if it's being compared to Kurt Vonnegut and Douglas Adams, then you know that it's going to be good. Verily, the story Biff has to tell is a miraculous one, filled with remarkable journeys, magic, healings, kung fu, corpse reanimations, demons, and hot babes. Even the considerable wiles and devotion of the Savior's pal may not be enough to divert Joshua from his tragic destiny. But there's no one who loves Josh more, except maybe Maggie, Mary of Magdala, and Biff isn't about to let his extraordinary pal suffer and ascend without a fight. This one again, quite a theme that you'll get in this video. This one sounds really good. It sounds really funny. I have heard that Mr. Moore is actually quite funny. So yeah, that's gonna be a good one. And the last one, they're also by Christopher Moore. It's kind of a pseudo trilogy. So we have. And they're all about vampires. So it's Bloodsucking Fiends, a love story. Just trying to balance them here. Then you got You Suck, a love story. It literally says You Suck on it. And then we got Bite Me, a love story. So from what I understand, these are a kind of a trilogy with vampires. So, which is also funny because I've actually been working on a web series about vampire. I didn't create it, and it's too much to get into now, but yeah, so again, I've heard that Christopher Moore is very, very funny, and I think these are also just great titles, you know, almost bumped into my mic there, you know, Bloodsucking Fiends, You Suck, and Bite Me. I think those are just great names for books. So yeah, so this has been my book haul. Just sort of getting the books real quick to sort of go over what we just went through. So we went through, in no particular order, Red Mars by Kim Stanley Robinson, The Dark Half by Stephen King, Lamb by Christopher Moore, The Art of Being Normal by Lisa Williamson, which I'm going to do a little bit more research on those. Bloodsucking Fiends. I keep wanting to say Bloodsucking Freaks, but that's a trauma movie, which is entirely different. You Suck, and Bite Me, which are all by Christopher Miller, the last three I just said. So, I think this is a pretty good score. of books, and this is my first book haul video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to do all the YouTube stuff. Subscribe to the Library Carr if you like this video. And until then, see you next time here at the Library Carr.